What is a professional camera? How would you put a camera into the category of professional? What makes it professional? What makes, say, my iPhone not a professional camera? There's so many different ways of categorizing it. I've heard different photographers say different things. For example, I've heard people say that if a camera has plastic parts, it's not a professional camera. So not just Canons, every camera brand has heaps of plastic parts. The lens hood, that's a plastic part. Maybe the battery door, maybe the parts of the grips. That has to be plastic on a lot of cameras. So that would rule out a whole bunch of what would be normally considered professional cameras as now being not professional cameras. What about, I've heard people say that if it has one card slot instead of two, it's not a professional camera. What about film cameras? Film cameras don't have any card slots, but you can definitely make money and in a professional setting use that camera. So I ask you, what is a professional camera? Does it have to have dual card slots? Oh, I cracked my knuckle. Does it have to have dual card slots? Does it have to have all metal parts? Does it have to have a certain dynamic range or a certain number of megapixels? Is a 12 megapixel camera not as professional as a 24 megapixel? And is a 24 megapixel camera not as professional as, say, a 62 or 66 megapixel camera? Maybe a brand's most expensive camera is considered professional and their least expensive camera is not professional. Anyway, I'm just throwing stuff out there because I really want to know what you think is a professional camera. For example, this little Kodak FZ45 thing. You'd definitely say that's not a professional camera, but what if your client requests photos that look really retro 2000s and has that kind of grainy Kodak FZ45 look to it, and they pay you for it? I think that a professional camera is any camera that you can use in a professional setting, i.e. you are getting paid to use that camera to deliver photos, or make photos anyway. So yes, I think an iPhone could be a professional camera. There are people who take photos with their phone and make money off it. There are people who take photos with film cameras, obviously, and make money with it. So I don't think it has to have two card slots. I don't think it has to have all metal parts. I don't think it has to have a certain number of megapixels. I think as long as you can make money with a device that captures an image, that is a professional camera. Now, there are obviously features that are more desirable to professionals in cameras. For example, having dual card slots as sort of a safeguard against card corruption. But in the end, I think if you can make money off it, it has to be professional, right? Anyway, as I said, I'm really interested to know your thoughts on this. Drop a comment about what you think is a professional camera and why. I will read through them. I read all the comments. Anyway, thanks for sticking around. I'll see you in the next one.